Hello, I'm Sandy Angel, Senior Director of Technology and Information at HTNG, Hospitality Technology Next Generation, the global technology initiative within the American Hotel and Lodging Association, AHLA. I'd like to take just a moment today to introduce you to the HTNG Express PMS integration specification and the substantial benefits it offers both vendors and PMS providers. This specification was developed in response to the historically long lead times vendors have faced when integrating with property management systems, known as PMSs. Recognizing that many vendor solutions require only a limited subset of PMS data and often only need read access, we created a streamlined, lightweight message architecture tailored to these use cases. Unlike traditional XML-based messages, HTNG Express uses JSON schema to enable faster, more developer-friendly integrations. Additionally, we developed a sandbox environment where vendors and PMS providers can test and validate message exchanges, further accelerating development and ensuring interoperability before deployment. The specification supports three primary message types: guest, reservation, and room. The guest and reservation messages are read-only, providing vendors with essential data to deliver their services without altering PMS records. The room messages support both read and write operations, enabling vendor systems to update operational data, such as guest room housekeeping statuses. By minimizing the scope of integration and focusing on common, low-impact use cases, HTNG Express allows PMS providers to prioritize and accelerate these connections. This approach has successfully reduced integration timelines from months to just days. Let me say that again, from months to days. So that's pretty impressive. Looking ahead, we are preparing to launch the new HTNG work group aimed at enhancing the current specification. This group will focus on adding key fields to existing messages and developing a new folio message, enabling vendor systems to post relevant charges directly to the PMS room folio. This will expand the utility of the Express model while maintaining its lightweight and efficient design. So now I'd like to take just a moment to invite Jason Hughes, the CTO of Visual Matrix, a PMS provider, to share his experience implementing HTNG Express. Jason was an integral part of developing the HTNG Express PMS integration standards and brings valuable insights into the real-world application and impact. Jason?
Hello, my name is Jason Hughes. I'm the Chief Technology Officer at Visual Matrix. We're a property management software company, and we're excited to be a part of the original development of the HTNG Express PMS specification, the original work group, and then later the adoption of it. Because it solved a very real and persistent problem for us. Integrations that used to take weeks to months could now be done in days. And from a PMS perspective, using HTNG Express was a game changer by narrowing the integration scope from everything that could possibly be used in a PMS to just a few basic types of data like guest, room, and reservation data. It became much easier for us to connect with different applications that only needed that limited data, things that are typically, post check-in, but still useful at the hotel. And from a support perspective, it became easier to maintain these integrations over time. We were able to build a reusable system for this connector on our side, and we continue to use it to connect with new partners, even though the dev work is long in the past now. So in the past, those integration efforts would have each required a dedicated window of time, several sprints of work, and dedicated effort to get those new applications through an integration process. From a vendor perspective, our MOP product is used as a consumer of this PMS data. So MOP for us is a back of the house operations platform for task management, typically used by housekeepers and maintenance staff on property. And we were actually the first application to use HTNG Express when we connected MOP to Visual Matrix using it. And we used that internally to work out, any kinks that existed and to allow those two platforms to communicate with each other. And since then, we've used that connector, like I said, for a wide variety of integrations for our property management system. I can tell you that from the vendor perspective, MOP has connected to several property management systems, not just Visual Matrix, and doing the integration between MOP and Visual Matrix was so much simpler than any other PMS integration that we needed to do, primarily because of HTNG Express. So the use of JSON schema, a sandbox environment, all of that made onboarding for us much faster, reduced the back and forth of the integration that normally slows things down. And some of the things that I really like as a software developer is that the spec is open source, it's extensible. I feel like it creates a very level playing field. It lowers the barrier of innovation. It makes it much easier for new vendors to enter into the hospitality space. And we're actively involved in the new work group. We're using our experience with the integrations that we've done to bring in recommendations for the next version of the spec. Like Sandy had mentioned, we're contributing those ideas based on what we've seen our integration partners need, like being able to post to a folio or read folio data. And we're going to continue to keep it lightweight, developer friendly, and we're going to continue to connect to our hoteliers to find out what they actually need. We don't want to build something that's not useful. So for us, the end result, the outcome looks like we have a core product, our property management system, that we can focus on because we know how to do that and we do that well, but we can add on bolt-on integrations to allow for other things, from guest messaging to mobile tipping. Got an in-room movies interface using it. We've got a PBX system using it. So being able to add those on to our PMS using one reusable connector has been great. And I'm very excited to see what the next generation of technology looks like. And hopefully it's using HTNG Express. So thank you very much for your time. And I look forward to seeing you in the work group.
Thank you, Jason. And thank you all for your time and attention today. If you're interested in implementing HTNG Express or would like more information about the new HTNG Express workgroups and how you can get involved, please feel free to contact me, Sandy Angel, at sangel@ahla.com. Thanks.